White Walker perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, four dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name. Boom.
Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Eggs, it's been forever.
That was a sigh. That
It
was
was.
a sigh. That
It
was a
was
really weighted.
it was. It was a weighted sigh. It was I'm excited to see you sigh. It was we got to do this more often sigh.
I know. I
It,
know.
it was also like this movie was fucking incredible.
Yeah. So I've been doing this thing, and I know that I'm not, I didn't invent this, and I'm not the only one doing this, but recently, especially with horror movies, but also extended movies, because I did this with Long Legs. I'll find out about a movie, whether it's through like Bloody Disgusting or someone, I'll find out about a movie. I'll maybe see a few snippets, but I try not to watch the trailers.
Oh, really?
I don't want to see a full trailer. Um, there's enough now on social media. People will be like, hey, there's these horror movies coming out. They'll show shorter, like 15, 30-second snippets.
Hmm.
That's all I want because I'm always afraid that the trailer just blows the whole movie.
It gives you too much. Okay.
Too much, and I sort of or you base the movie on the trailer and you're just like, meh, I don't know.
Mm,
Good
okay.
Night Mommy, the German version, because I think there's been a remake recently, um, did this for me. That trailer is cut so spectacularly, and it should have
Hmm.
been the film. The film,
Oh, wow.
it was good. The movie was good, but they cut these two scenes together in the trailer that didn't live next to each other, and it completely like you were waiting for this fucking wild moment, and it didn't happen. I was really upset. I was really upset. I was like, "Where's this thing coming out of her mouth?" And it wasn't there. So that's all. So I did that with weapons.
Okay.
I heard about it. I know you and I were texting about it. I was talking about it with my nephew. We're like, oh, this is coming. I'd seen a few snippets and I was like, okay, Steve's definitely not watching any trailer because he won't watch it unless I force him to. But I was like, I just have trust. I love Barbarian.
Yeah.
We're
Oof.
just going.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's interesting because I want to say the teasers and trailers that initially dropped for weapons and then also the live stream, it didn't
Oh,
give us anything. Like it didn't give us
oh,
shit.
good.
You
Okay,
know what I'm saying?
good,
And
good.
then when I started watching the movie, what the trailers did give us, that was like within the first 15 minutes of the film.
Great.
Damn. And I'm like,
Maybe they
oh,
figured that out though.
I think
Maybe
so.
that's like maybe we're on the other side of that because there was a
Yeah.
brief moment that trailers really were just beans spilt.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Beans after beans. It was like, why
yeah,
are
and
we
you're like,
doing this?
God damn it. Yeah.
Did
Or
you watch
again,
the
it's
show?
just cut so well that you're like, is this the same movie?
Right,
Like,
right. Or in the vein of Marvel, which I love that they did that, it just put fake scenes in the fucking trailer.
oh my God, which is pretty amazing. That actually is
Yeah,
quite smart for
yeah,
sure. For sure.
wonderful, wonderful. So, yes, I think first trailer for Weapons dropped. I texted you. I'm like, Weapons, what the fuck? Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you hadn't seen the trailer at that point. What did you said you saw maybe like a snippet or something? A poster?
Snippets. So I saw the things that I saw were our lovely Julia Garner, who I do love. The range on that woman,
Oh yeah.
I don't know shit about fuck, is like it just lives in my head. That's it. Her walking into a classroom, children missing, and then the little children, like Naruto run
Yeah.
down the street, which I learned what that was in reference to later,
Oh
and
man. Whoa.
oof,
Heavy.
just
Heavy.
heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
that's
so those were it. That was really it. And I was like, that's enough. This is creepy enough.
yeah.
The whole concept of like one classroom worth of kids disappearing,
Right.
kids running at the like thought and vision of just children running out of their houses late at night, kind of like in this whatever haze, like
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah.
Say less. Say less.
And then of course, like you said, coming off the heels of Barbarian, it's like, okay, you got me. I am here for you to ruin it. So
Yeah.
yeah, make this good. Do a
Yeah.
good, do your thing, and he did his thing. They did
It
their thing.
was I also like children narrators.
Oh,
Creepy. The
always.
so for folks out there that love haunted houses, I am convinced still to this day, the scariest scene in a haunted house is an empty, like basic room with
Mhm.
a child crying in the corner.
Oh my God.
That is
Oh,
that's the most
oh,
unsettling. You
oh.
don't no, ugh, I for literally every feeling. You don't need
They're back
anything
to
else.
you? Is
Yeah,
there back? Oh,
sure. Or sitting on the floor. Well, back to you, then you're that's like a callback to the Blair Witch. But
yeah.
like anything, just a child crying in the corner by themselves
Oh,
out. It's scary. It's really unsettling.
yeah.
So having those like the beginning scenes narrated by the young person, I was like, whoo, whoo,
Yeah.
doggies. Excellent start. Because I don't know, we don't get like a kid's perspective a lot.
Yeah. It definitely has a super creepy element to it. What was that movie? Oh, Sinister.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. You got the
Mm-hmm.
kids committing all the murders. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the
So
kids are involved, it's terrible, man.
well, and yeah, it's calls back to like every trope of like loss of innocence, etc.
Yeah.
Um, always unsettling. Little Village of the Damned, just
Uh, yep. Yep.
creepy, creepy
Yeah.
children.
So, um, saw those initial trails, got really excited about it. I believe in anticipation for it, yeah, that's what happened. Um, Me and Bree, we watched Morgan was with us too. We rewatched Barbarian. Well, for Bree, it was the first time. I wanted
Ooh,
to prepare her for weapons.
okay.
And she was just like, Dad, chef's kiss. This was just unbelievable. I was like, yeah, really good. Really, really good.
Excellent film in three parts.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely. And the cuts into those different acts is just like, whoa.
and that movie, I get giddy when horror movies are just so well executed and
Yeah.
also terrifying that like my fear response is to start laughing, but like, and I don't mean to, but it's really exciting to actually like, I don't know, have this moment where you're just like, what the fuck is happening?
Right,
Fuck.
right.
And it set things up. Also, the first time I went to Austin, we stayed in an Airbnb that looked
Oh,
exactly like that house, and we pull up and it was like dusk, and I was like, mm-mm.
hell
If there's
no.
a basement, hard pass.
Hard pass.
Stay
No.
upstairs. I'm
Yeah,
gonna stay upstairs. I'm gonna put a
please.
laundry basket in front of that door
Yes,
and mind my own
absolutely not.
business.
Oh my God. So yeah, watching that, and I think it may have been after the connection was established that
Hmm.
this was a shared universe. I
Okay.
was like, oh yeah, you got to watch Barbarian. You got to watch Barbarian.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love how this is a shared universe, but there's no connection between the stories whatsoever.
No. And I was curious too about that of like, do we feel and I don't have an answer for this, but when things live in a shared universe, do we feel that there needs to be a connection? Do we want that connection? Or we just know that like the time and place, whatever Earth 6635, that this exists on, like wild shit just happens.
Yeah. I
And I think that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, that's what it needs. That's the basis of it.
Plenty. Yeah.
You're giving us the shared universe to communicate the rules of that universe. That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah.
So now we know in the same universe where the barbarian shit happened, when that was
Right.
purely, a manifestation of an evil man.
Yep.
The same universe, we actually have witchcraft happen,
Right. Perfect.
like legit witchcraft.
And a duplicate Justin Long.
Bruh, exactly. So
I saw it like what's happening? But he was fine. It was great.
right. So Morgan was like, so what's going on with that? I said, well, I think what the reason seeing Justin Long here works for me, even in the shared universe, is because this story, Weapons, is being narrated by a child. We're
Hmm.
watching the story being told. So this is a dramatization. This isn't
Right.
necessarily the people that
Right.
happened to.
Right.
Yeah, I said so. Yeah, sure. He can continue to be recast if it's always something being narrated like this. This is his child's,
Right. It's
interpretation of the story.
yeah, interpretation. It's their perspective. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so jumping into it.
Go.
Well, like I
Go.
said, they really give us, a lot of it from the trailers in that first 15 minutes.
Hmm.
Um, it didn't take away any of the creepiness of seeing these kids leave their homes and just dart out of the house at all. It was still like, but why? Why is this happening?
Right.
What's going
And
on?
yeah, again, there's just children are terrifying. Um, there's just no explanation and watching them. And I did one thing I did appreciate because I feel like as movies go
Mhm.
on in the future, it's sometimes really hard to create a scenario where you're like, I would just look it up on my cell phone. I could just use like my Google Maps or trace this person. So I loved the use of ring cams. I
Yeah,
loved the use of like nanny cams or whatever they had to sort of track this and like triangulate. I thought that was brilliant, but it's still something the, all of the scenes and then you sort of collectively build one. You get one classmate after another of seeing those videos and watching them and seeing that similarities, but just these little guys just getting up and just
yeah,
in like out into nowhere. And there was a few scenes as like because it's a very wooded neighborhood, right? And some of them live and it's pretty dense. You just run off into the darkness. Steve's convinced he sees like people like figures in the back, and we're just like boop 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 boop
right.
boop.
Do you know how many times I fucking froze and zoomed on that one scene? It's the kid running across the street, the
Yeah.
house is lit, and it looks like there's
Yep.
a person just standing there in front of the
Yeah.
porch. And I'm like, that's a person. This is a
Right.
person.
Right.
It could have been, it never turned into anything, but having that in the trailer, having that in some of the snippets and stuff, it's like your mind, like they had us
Yeah.
early. Your
But I
mind's
think
already,
that's also
no.
how it was shot with those shadows and that darkness. Like maybe so. I don't know. What
Yeah,
did you see?
yeah. Maybe you did see something. Maybe you didn't.
Like maybe you did it. I don't know.
Wild. Having the parents react the way that they did makes sense, of course.
Yeah.
It it's still the way the story was told, it still didn't make me like necessarily I understood the parents, but I wasn't against the teacher. I wasn't just like, yeah, like because nothing made sense. Like your entire class
No.
gone, right? How could
Right.
you orchestrate that? It's not like all these
I
kids are living on the same block either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. It's a whole there was one thing too. I felt like it was very Frankenstein's monster, right?
mm,
Just the whole town
yeah,
pivoting, and of course they're gonna. I like, of course you're always gonna have one person. I would imagine, right, in a scenario like that, that you call out that teacher. Why was it only her one classroom? What is she
sure,
doing? Like, I don't know. What are these communications? And then you sort of pair that with her really wanting to like let me talk to this the one kid the
yeah,
one little guy that was
um,
left, let me talk to him, and that sort of living right on that cusp of like is this a step too far for a teacher, is this a step like a little too deep for a teacher
right,
into student relationships. But then I think of friends that I have that are fourth grade teachers that are like sometimes you're the only outside kind of voice to offer a young person. I don't know. Like, is it in this like very traumatic situation? Is that a step too far? I could see how that would be perceived, and I'm not a parent, but like perceived
right,
from a parental viewpoint of like, girl, no, get
yeah.
out. It
I
wild.
only,
Yeah.
yeah, I only felt like it was a step too far after the incident. Like with the principal saying that, you're one of these teachers and you're always,
Right.
attentive and you're taking kids home. All of that to me, that's great teaching. That's just
Yes.
you being a great teacher in the community in which you live, like these
Right.
families.
Right.
I
It's
get that.
tight.
Right. Now, once this huge incident happens where no one has any answers, you got to pump the brakes, bro. Like every
Right.
time she kept approaching him, I'm like, woman, no.
Yeah.
Chill out, please.
Yeah.
Chill out. Like, goodness. They riding which on your car? You gotta relax, bro.
But did that persistence pay off?
Yes, it did.
I also question her thought process, but then also like what would you do? I
Yeah.
as someone that is a part of that community that would also want answers, we need to find these children.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could she have gotten through to him? Like, I don't
I don't
know.
know. I
I
don't
don't
think she
know.
could have gotten through to him now that we know, Aunt Gladys and everything
Fucking,
she was up to.
which I'm saying for older women, top Halloween costume of the year. Just saying.
Bruh, bruh.
Wild, that woman was amazing.
There was definitely a second there because when they showed her in the trailers and they showed her in like any of the nightmares that people were having,
Woo!
she looked a lot more ghastly and clown-like.
Oh, terrifying. In I can't remember the first, whenever that first glimpse of an in the nightmare that you see her,
Yeah,
terrifying.
she was on the ceiling.
Yes,
She
yes,
was
yes,
on the
yes.
ceiling. That yeah. So I was reaching for my drink when that happened. I was reaching for my drink, and then that happens, and Morgan's like, ah! And I'm like, well,
Oh, jeez.
man,
Oh my
I
God.
remember that from the trailer. Yeah, that was awesome. Um,
Whew.
but then when I saw her at the school, immediately I'm like, there's so much of this that reminds me of Strangers with Candy. Like this whole this whole
Yes,
look right now was just like
yes.
Strangers with Candy.
She's giving Canadian witchcraft wild. Of course, she's like a wild redheaded woman. I don't know. Micro bangs.
Right.
Really just
Wait.
diffused lip liner, let's say. Just just so I loved her. I love her
Yeah.
like just wild. Just
Yes.
wild, like disgusting, super like creepy
Yeah.
McCreeps. I feel like ages ago, I can't remember what horror movie we were covering.
Hmm.
It was The Conjuring.
Okay.
And I was saying we just need more female villains or
Yeah.
female bad guys that are
Yeah.
just fucking bad. Just
Yeah.
for bad sake, not bad because of as a trauma response, but just like really terrible people.
Yep.
And we have that now
Yeah.
again. So
It was Devil Made Me Do It. Yeah.
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was oh my gosh. I just watched a in preparation for the last rites. Everyone's doing the videos now, Conjuring timeline.
Yeah.
You can watch it for last rites. And so they were going through, it was a really good I'll send you the link. It was a really good breakdown of the entire timeline.
Mm.
Going all the way back to the preceding events from the Nun. Like it was really, really good. Like 300 BC type shit. And when they got to her, I was like, yeah, she was just a solid villain right there.
Oh yeah.
He was a
Really
solid ass villain.
just a very devious, sinister,
Committed.
working her magic.
Yeah.
Like,
Real shit. And yeah,
yeah.
Gladys definitely picked up that ball and ran
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Um I do like all of the different like theories I'm hearing about Gladys. Like, was she ever really a part of the family, or is she just
That is my question.
mhm.
That was my question because the little boy, Alex, right? Alex,
Yes, it's
um, didn't, I didn't necessarily get from him that he felt comfortable with her or it felt familiar. It was a very unsettled, but she also came in at a sort of a weird time. And
mhm.
then his class, you know what I mean? There was just the setup, the build up to her arriving to their house didn't feel, I don't know. So I do have that question of was
Right.
she actually
Mhm.
a family member? Is this just another hair on a stick? I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh
So I think it's just another hair on a stick. So I did watch, and I'm saying that with confidence, like I know, but
you do. You do. Well,
from some
yes.
of the things I've watched, it kind of doesn't make sense in the way that there's just conflicting timelines. So the father said we haven't seen her in like 15 years, but then when she sees her nephew,
Hmm.
it's like, oh, I haven't seen you since you were a little baby.
Right. And you're like, he's
He's
not
not even
15.
close to fucking 15.
And he's like 8.
So they're like,
Hmm.
I think it might have been like heavy spoilers that were saying she's basically she's a parasite, which they kept alluding to,
Oh,
like
yeah, good
a
call.
parasite in the board. was like she's implanting memories into people. That's part of her
Oh,
shit.
yeah, that's part of her whole thing.
Yeah. So the
Right.
nightmares, all of that, the influence she
Right.
has, she's
Right.
creating scenarios for people to welcome her in, and then
Right.
does her
To
shit.
give this false sense of familiarity of like, I think I know you. Like, yeah, I
Right.
have this memory. Brilliant.
Right.
Brilliant.
So good. So
Yeah.
good.
That actually that pieces that because we were watching, I was like, this just she's mm-mm.
Right.
I don't know where
I
you're from,
don't
but
like her.
the last time I checked my family tree, no.
No.
Uh
No, you're not on it, Gladys.
oh man. For me she probably is, but yeah. Yeah. She could be. She could be. Uh yeah, just a wild the whole I'm trying to think of things in order and not jump too far ahead.
Jump wherever. Jump wherever.
Her visit to the principal's office,
Yeah.
unsettling, confusing.
Yeah.
You're like, I guess, but like weird. I'm like, am I gonna go to the principal's office on behalf of my sister? Like, me, I guess if I
Yeah.
needed to, like, kind of weird. Once we see the parents at the table,
hmm hmm
I was like,
So
oh my geez.
that weird shit was on the live stream. The
Oh,
live stream was the parents at the table, and then there was someone walking on and off the live stream feeding them the soup, but it wasn't the son. So for the live stream, that they made sure they did enough in it that you still couldn't put the shit together. But it
sure,
was like a
sure.
teenage girl that was coming in feeding them the soup. Um, and you saw the father reach for the fork and get ready to poke himself with like he couldn't control himself.
Right.
And then it would cut, the scene would cut. And yeah, and that live stream I think was like half an hour or 45 minutes.
Holy shit.
Just that in the dark with them getting fed. Uh someone helping them drink, someone like it was weird as shit, but it didn't give anything. You learned nothing,
No, no.
nothing
You
whatsoever.
just leave with more questions, which is
That's it.
brilliant,
This is
which is
great.
brilliant,
Yeah,
which is
you're
brilliant.
killing it.
Um, also, so Gladys Wongers is the principal. Hold, pause for our Marvel fans. I was like, Wongers,
Wow.
no! Where's Madison? Like,
Where's that?
where is she your wife in this universe? Because I love that. Um, I love him. He's a great actor.
Amazing.
I love
Amazing.
seeing his face in anything.
Yeah.
Excellent. Was like such a principal. I'm trying to when Gladys visits him, that's when she got a token of his. It had to have
She got
been.
the token, yes, at the school.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, yes. And then when she was in his office, she looked at his ribbons, his awards,
Thank
and
you.
that's when she
Yes.
took it. Yeah.
Yes.
So she needed to do that.
Yes.
Like
That was a
yeah,
piece that was a mission she needed to fulfill.
right.
That scene. So also now all of this is happening, and then Thanos, Josh Brolin is on the other side plotting
Yes.
and doing, I think, following that mental path that every diligent parent I would think would
Sure.
do. Who are the people in my class? This is camera footage I have of my child. Can I see yours? No, I'm not comfortable with it. Go to another, doing
Yeah.
all of that. Him with his like survey map of the town, triangulating everyone's running to this. Like that was brilliant and level. There was like I loved that that was just it felt accurate. That felt
Yeah.
like real
Yeah.
life. There was not no magic to it. Like
Yeah. Nothing seemed weird or out of place
no,
about
you're
that.
like this is
Makes
what you
sense.
do.
Yeah.
And then there's that scene at the gas station, which I'm trying to think if so Gladys going
Ooh.
to I'm trying to think of what's the scene that turned it for me, and I feel like it was that gas station scene. I'm trying to think if there
That
was
turned it in
anything
what way?
well that then started to like piece a
Okay.
bit more together because even though we met Gladys and we knew she was weird and something's off about her and she's obviously doing something nefarious and her being at the principal's office feels weird. I don't really feel like we saw
It
I'm
was
trying
that home, it was definitely the home visit. The home visit. So Wong's story, I can't remember the principal's name, but when she
yeah,
showed up at his home,
he's just Wong. Sorry
right?
guys.
When she showed up at their home, saying she's thirsty. She gets in the kitchen. She asks for a bowl and
That's right.
it starts performing the ceremony. Then it was like,
Ooh.
okay, okay, you're a
But
fucking witch. What the
but we
fuck,
get
bro?
that, yeah, we got that after the gas
Right
station
after the
scene.
gas station scene. Right, we had the gas station scene. Right,
So
right, 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 right.
once we saw Principal Wong
Right.
as an adult running in the same style that those
Oh
children did,
God.
that's I was like, oh shit. Like there's now there's like mind games involved. These
Right,
people are like
right,
hypnotized, they're
right.
in another state, there's a trance, they're being controlled. I was like, I don't know what, but that was wild. His face was
Oh my God, his
insane.
eyes.
Um,
Oh my God.
and you have that moment where you're like, Josh Brolin, what you gonna do? Like, are you gonna,
Yeah,
you still hate this lady? Like, I get it.
yeah.
I get it. You're frustrated, but like, what are you doing? What are you doing, my guy? And that played out exactly how I wanted it to.
Real
But that
shit.
was wild. I was like, okay, now I don't know.
Yeah.
There's more people involved and I don't know what's happening.
I really loved and it didn't really like hit me until the very end when he's reunited with his son.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, okay. This is starting to make sense. That's definitely your dad, Matthew. Matthew is the kid in class being a jerk, picking on people,
Yeah.
and your dad
Taught you how to do that. Yeah.
like yeah, like okay. You're ignoring like you are so traumatized that you are distancing yourself from your wife as if she's not going through the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like it's just so like, oh, okay.
which is him and his feelings, please.
Right. Him 100% in his
Please.
feelings. So when they got reunited and it was like Matthew and that so I'm like, "Oh, that's the kid that was oh, yeah. Okay,
Of
this makes sense.
course.
This is your fucking
Of
dad."
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the little things like that. It's just oh, yeah. So, yeah, when Gladys asked her nephew uh well she asked him for something from
Yeah,
the
he
classmate.
needed to get items, or she
Yeah.
needed to get a like a. I can't remember how she phrased it, but it was really well phrased in a sense that like a child would get it.
Right.
It wasn't overly complex, but a personal effect from each kid. And there's those scenes of him like scanning the classroom of like, how am I
Yeah.
going to get a thing? And those little cubby signs.
Genius.
Fucking smart.
Genius.
That's a smart kid.
This kid
Telling you,
was
A
really,
plus,
really, yeah, A plus kid.
A
A
plus
plus.
witchery.
Yeah. So when she asked him for that, so again, like you said, there was the mind control thing element.
Yeah, yeah.
We saw her do the spell.
Yeah, in the principal's house, watching that be, I'm glad we got that too, because I think those are always those questions that you have of like,
Right,
what is this? But to see that process of the stick, the
right.
bowl, the water, these things, like, whoo,
Teaching us the spell work right there. So it makes
snap.
sense later as you know, as he tried as the son, as the nephew did it himself.
Hmm.
When she turned and asked him to bring all those personal effects, for me in that moment, I was like, okay, this is just some Hansel and Gretel shit. You're just a
Hmm.
bare bones fucking witch. This is
Hmm.
horrible. Like this is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Completely. And there was something else that happened earlier in the film, like when she first got there. I wasn't really. I guess I kind of missed how sick she was when she first arrived.
Oh, right. And she progressively started to
Got
get a little
better.
better, a little
Right.
better, a little
Right.
better.
Um, in one of the analysis, I did see like they slowed that scene down where you could see like the sores on her body.
Mm.
It was that when the first time the nephew looked in the room and she was just staring there looking at him.
Oh, God.
I was like, is she sleeping with
That
her eyes open? Like, is she really awake? What's happening there?
that scene was spectacular. And if
Yeah.
you'll remember, think back to one of your favorite horror movies that you saw as a young person, Pet Cemetery, with the mom's sister Rachel and her spinal bifida
Mm-hmm.
in that bed. That was like
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh,
Killed it. Yeah.
ugh,
Yeah.
ugh."
So
Don't peek in bedroom doors. That's just
please don't.
don't do it. Gross.
You don't want to know what's in there.
You're going to be scared on a lot of different
Yeah,
levels,
no matter what, you're going to be
no
scared.
matter what.
So Gladys comes, she's siphoning off of the parents. She's not able
Mm-hmm.
to pull enough from them to
Because
get
they're
all the
too
way.
old.
She's too old. She's been doing this for too long and they're too old.
Well, the parents are too old. She needs that
Yeah,
young energy.
she needs that young energy. So she gets him to bring all those kids. And I can't remember how long the kids were missing.
It was about a month, a
Okay.
month or so. Or no, it was longer.
I
No,
think it
I'm
was
sorry.
longer.
It
Yeah,
was
I think
longer
it was
than that.
longer.
Yeah, it was longer than that.
Yeah. So within that time span, you have, parents that are still looking for their kids, parents that have given up looking for their kids. Gladys is still a prevailing force, just
hmm
evil force in the town. Um, she's got their fake nephew in and out of the house, feeding
Yeah,
everybody. There was
the
definitely
provider.
the provider. Just Gladys's presence on the town alone for that time period definitely gave me like Pennywise vibes. And
Oh yeah.
you
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Oh, the
'cause-
children were gone for approximately two. This is an AI. Don't quote me on that, but
okay,
they were gone for a minute.
okay. Did it say 2 years?
Yeah.
So I think I remember Morgan saying that though.
I
Like,
think, yeah, it was, I
oh,
don't know why a month. There was
that's
a
a long,
long time. But
long
then also
time.
you have to think those kids, so she's pulling like life energy
Yeah.
from these kids, having them present. However, she's siphoning that, which
Ugh.
don't want to watch that process.
Nope.
But whatever it is, maybe it's just enough for them to be downstairs. I don't know. But for 2 years,
Mm.
how did that age those kids? Like, what does that
Right.
do to those poor little guys?
Yeah.
Like,
It definitely had some psychological effect in the way that the narrator at the end said
yeah. Oh,
some of them started talking again, some of them didn't,
yeah.
I think because they were so young when it happened, that as they got older, maybe some of them were able to, grow out of the effect.
Sure. Sure.
And the parents are just, they're cooked. They're already adults. They're just cooked.
Yeah, you're done. I would you ever let your kids leave the house again? No.
No, not at
I
all.
would like
Not at all.
put a low jack on. I don't know. You're gonna like
Yeah.
put a tracking system on this kid.
Right.
I couldn't
iPhone, watch, all of it. Yeah.
I
Yeah. But there was something in the beginning, the narrator says that the children were never seen again. So at the end of the movie, Morgan was like, okay, so the way this played out, did this actually really happen? Did the kids
Ooh.
ever, did we ever really find the kids? What version of the story are we being told right now? Because in the beginning, it says the kids were never seen again. And it was like, oh
That's a
man.
good thanks, Morgan.
Yeah. I
Thanks
was like,
for
damn it. I
that's
need
a good,
things
I
to,
just was in it. I was in
yeah.
every second of it. I'm like, I forgot what they just said. It's fine. That's a really good point. And knowing that when you think about, and again, framing it from a child's perspective, having like a young person as a narrator, what's real, this is, a kid's perspective. Everything seems a little bigger and a little
Yeah.
obtuse and like out of frame or whatever. Were, did they make it out of that basement?
Right. Who's to say?
Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was something really weird that happened with 217. So 217 was the time of the
Yep.
middle of the night when the kids ran off. They having that in that dream sequence with
With
Josh
that,
Brolin's character with the friggin' gun.
with the big gun over the house. How did you interpret that? Because I had to I had to read some other people's opinions because I was like,
So here's the crazy part. No matter how I would have loved to interpret it, real life gave us the interpretation like a couple of days after I watched the movie.
yeah, true
So,
story.
right. So I saw it maybe like 2 weeks after it was out, which was, I think
hmm
was like maybe last week or the week before. And then a couple of days later, we had a school shooting where two people got killed, 17
hmm
people got injured. And when I said it to Morgan, I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, oh shit. It's like, dude, this shit's wild. This shit's fucking wild. So I think they said there was I forgot some of the different correlations that were made, but they
Hmm.
added to a couple of situations like that. Um and then someone mentioned was it Matthew 2:17, the massacre of innocents.
Hmm.
Um but all the different analysis I saw somehow still pointed in that same direction. What did you
Yeah, and that's what I had also read. And then there was, I think it was from the director or someone that worked on the film that said like there's a lot of references, a lot of points you can reference, but it's also open a little bit to interpretation. Initially, when I saw that, I was like, the kids are, however, these kids are the bullets, whatever that is, whatever that, I don't know what it mean. I didn't know what it meant yet because
Mhm.
we see that, earlier before we know what's really going on, but or where the kids were. But heavy and bizarre and
So heavy. So heavy.
ooh,
Then
yeah.
for the end, like you said, the kids were the way Josh Brolin's character describes it, they're like heat-seeking missiles.
Yep.
So here they are. Now they have a new target at the end, and nothing is stopping them.
No.
Nothing is stopping them.
Absolutely nothing. Now, on a side note, and
Woo.
children committing violence in certain scenarios when it's not real life, hilarious.
Yes.
How fun. I always wonder and sometimes worry, and I know the studios do a good job of having like therapists and emotional counselors on site when children are in heavy movies or horror movies. I get that. There's like care taken in thought put into like how is this affecting this young person's like mental health
Yeah.
while shooting this or whatever.
You don't need them to become method actors at that
Yeah.
age.
How fun is it as a group of kids who don't have a lot of airtime,
Mhm.
this group of 17, uh, to be like, okay, we've set up an obstacle course of houses and homes with sugar glass
Right.
and balsa wood framing, whatever, right? We need you guys to run with all your might, like wild stallions, through these homes.
Right.
It's like I just that part I was like, I don't know. That was
Yeah.
amazing
And if
and
you fall,
wild.
just keep going. Just
Just
get back
keep
up.
just
Keep
get
going.
up and run. Like nothing's stopping you. You're out. And I was like, oh, that would have been so much fun.
My God. What the second he snapped that twig, and she was like, "Oh!" Immediately, I'm like, "Oh shit,
Girl,
it's going down!" And she
reverse Uno.
reverse Uno. She took the fuck off, and those kids were on it. And my mouth
And
was just wide the fuck open for the rest.
oh, wild. Again, how fun to just be like, there's going to be a pretend person here. Tear it apart.
Oh my God.
Like,
I do love
wild.
that detail too. I was telling Morgan, I said it's really interesting. The care, the way they were very deliberate about destroying her, pulling her apart that way.
Yeah.
I said I've seen this over and over again in witchcraft, like consequence of deals
Yep.
going wrong, like
Yep.
demons will, you are destroyed. It's a consequence
Yeah.
of breaking this pact.
Well, and you think about, again, go back through like history, other stories and folklore of like how you destroy a witch. You burn them, they're
Yeah.
dismembered. Think of, go
Rostron,
back to Marvel, Scarlet Witch, right?
yeah,
There is a destruction
yeah.
that has to happen. Powerful witch as Gladys was, why didn't she put a protection spell on herself? Did she think she was not going to be bamboozled by this child?
Hubris. Definitely. I mean, let's think about it, right?
Yeah,
She's been around hundreds of years. Sure.
right.
She's done this over and over again. Obviously, she's never been destroyed before. So she's got centuries worth of hubris.
Sure.
Then on
Yeah.
top of that, her particular plot that she's running now, she's been running that shit for 2 years, fam.
With children, please.
For two
Easy.
years. Somebody got really comfy. Somebody got super comfy and got their face ripped apart.
Oh man.
They separated her. I was like,
Oh, it was I again, those were the a giddy. I had a giddy moment and Steve's just like, are you laughing? I'm like like a creepy child that
yeah,
they just demolished this woman's face. Epic. I it was redemption. Although,
Yes.
again, those children, what do they remember?
Oh my
How are
God.
they impacted? These never the same.
Yeah. And
I
for
don't
them
know.
all to just be standing there, so the spell's broken. But what we're left with, the versions of these kids that we're left with are just scarred and worked over, and they're just standing
Yeah.
on the lawn afterwards. It's like, oh my God. It,
Well,
it
and
it was interesting also to watch him call for Matthew, pick up Matthew, and then walk away. And it's like, well, what about the rest of are you checking?
nope.
Matthew's here. You see Matthew. How about we take a look at the rest of the kids? Like,
He he so prime example of I'm only going to give the air of concern or empathy for people in my community as long as it's benefiting my end goal,
yeah,
which is fighting my child. And once I find my child, peace out, friends.
deuces.
I don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
And I was again for his part of the story feeling very like pace by pace accurate again in like what I would imagine a parent to do. Yep. There
Yeah.
was no community bonding afterwards. There's
No,
no like we all came together as a community to work with the nope, everyone's out.
none.
And I think it kind of speaks to how these things can happen, right? Like how do you let this wild sinister force run rampant for decades and centuries slip into this town and grab a hold with kind of like no one else giving a shit about the people that are affected because we're just very self-absorbed and
Yeah.
like I'm only worried
Yeah.
about my own.
To have that shared trauma also be isolating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible. What did you think about the way the storytelling took place from the different perspectives? So there are these shows, again, these Brit shows
Yeah.
that MJ's been watching where I can't remember this particular writer or author, but like the majority of his stories are told this way, where it keeps building as you get the different
Yeah.
perspectives. It keeps
It's probably Harlan Corbin.
it is Harlan. It is absolutely Harlan.
That will her and I can do another episode on literally everyone because I love them all. It's so I again going back when you look at Barbarian, which is a cinematic masterpiece in three parts.
Period.
Um, it's like theater for you have these moments of things feeling disjointed and then it all really wraps together. I think it's what a good way to set up a story without putting you're never going to get the full story from one perspective. You never are. And again, we're starting with a perspective, a narration from a child. So is that accurate where, how are things skewed? I love it. Another good reference on a side note, going back to audiobooks, The Girl on the Train is a fabulous book.
Okay.
The movie meh book better, but that's written from the perspective of three women, and each chapter there's the chapters go woman by woman, date and time, and it is brilliant
They all
because
on the same train?
no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's like one house, and a woman on a train.
Oh
It's
wow.
like
Oh wow.
it's very wild, but you have this revolving viewpoint of the same situation, and I just feel like you have more opportunity for storytelling. You can get a little deeper into like what about this one guy? Well, I don't know, let's tell it from this perspective where you see what that happens. So I loved it. I just think it's a good device for like getting in the nooks and crannies of a story that you can't quite tap into with like one or two person perspective.
And I think ultimately it just makes perfect sense to do some really not necessarily this expansive storytelling, but like to convince the viewer or participant, the person receiving the narrative,
Hmm.
give them a level of legitimacy and accuracy to the story.
Right.
Because just in real life, there's always going to be multiple perspectives,
Always.
always. So now we're getting this story being told, and it's like it's reinforcing the story
Right.
from
Well,
all
and
these
it's,
different ways, all these different viewpoints. It's like, oh, so this is actually what is happening.
yeah. And it's like it's a detective work, going back to good Harlan Corbin,
Yeah.
right? You want to hear these things and you go through the one person's viewpoint and you're like, oh shit, it's this. Or like she's doing this. And then you see the other one and you're like, maybe not. Or maybe you're confirmed, like, yes, this is what I don't know. You learn so much from that. I think it's brilliant. And I don't know, you can just get it's wild. I think it opens up the door for some like wild storytelling.
Yeah. I
And
initially like I was enjoying it. I didn't realize the story was going to go that way. I didn't realize they were going to use that device for telling the story.
yeah.
Um, and it started to get a little bit. So the way I described it to Morgan was, I was like, I was getting kind of tired of it until
Hmm.
we got to Wang's, and then it was like, holy shit. And then we continued to talk about it, and I was like, wait a minute. Okay, now I understand what happened to me in this film.
Hmm.
Wasn't that I was tired of the plot of that storytelling device. The actual storytelling device was tiring me out because it kept putting me on this emotional roller coaster. So
Hmm.
we start at this low point, build, something crazy would happen, cut, next story, different perspective,
Right.
low point, build, cut, and just kept happening to me. So here I am. I'm physically actually exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it didn't make sense initially. It was like, I wish they'd stop doing that. But why do you wish they'd stop doing it? Because it is wrecking your brain right now. And
Right.
you're like,
Right.
what the fuck? Like, yeah, the junkie and the cop, I could have gotten, I don't know,
Oh,
another 15, 20 minutes of just them.
I love that. I actually, that was one. Thank you for bringing that up because I'm trying to like rack my brain of like, what are those little components and those little
Yeah.
pieces that you forget that are like sidelined? The cop was great.
Yeah.
Um, Great actor. He did wonderful. The junkie. Oh, so you're just like my guy, like feeling sus, not you. And I was like, it's not him. It's not him. Like, doesn't look capable of that. I don't know. Not, I'm sure he's capable of a lot of great things. Not this. Um, it was, but to watch him walk into that house, the cop walk into that house, nuh-uh.
No,
And
no.
then walk out. Oh, and what was, oh, let's not forget the most terrifying scene. Teacher girl, parked in front of the house. She's like, something's going on in this house. I think she walked around, papers or the windows
Yeah.
have paper in them. They're
Oh
like all
yeah.
pasted up,
Oh yeah.
super gross, weird. She parks out in front of the house. Mom walks out that front door.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Falls asleep in the car.
That is
Mom comes
lock
stumbling out the fucking front
lock your
door.
doors. And she walks by the driver's side and you're like, what?
And you hear that back door
Just
open.
back door.
Oh,
I was like hands in my eyes. Uh, that that was spooky. That was such a like slow
bruh.
uh that was scary as fuck.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and then like cutting her hair and I was like so great. Like get your hands off me. I
Oh,
don't like people touching my hair anyway. Like yeah.
so there was an opportunity right there for Gladys to just kill her. Right there.
Right.
Instead, she opts for, let me just grab another puppet. Let me just have this in the tuck. What does she
Yeah.
have? Like a CD book with just like names and the hairs and like different trinkets? Like,
She definitely only puts one lock of hair in each
yeah,
panel, not like we used to
there we
double
go.
stack CDs
Yeah,
like hooligans back in the day. Uh, with the label behind, album cover behind it, you just have your school
right.
photo. Probably. I imagine yes. I think she had like a little Rolodex
Okay.
of fucking
Card
hair samples
catalog
and nail
system.
clippings or
Yeah.
like whatever. Uh, I so spooky. But then you think like, oh, she's collecting shit from everyone.
Yeah.
Anyone that she's like, how can I leverage this person? I do wonder too, now thinking back of like the adults being too old for her to like leech energy
Yeah.
off of efficiently. Maybe those aren't the people, maybe those are people she uses like Wong in like an attack way, but she needs to really sustain the youth. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Ugh, blah.
Oh my God. Incredible. But yeah,
Yeah.
the comic relief of the junkie and the cop was just very well placed. Um,
Yeah.
watching that junkie just go through the different parts of his day and how it intersected with everything else. When he came walking around that corner to go to the police station, and it was like, holy shit, like man's solved the case. We know where these kids are. SWAT can show up. It can go down. Absolutely not.
Hold, please. No, no, no. No, no, no.
Runs
Because
into the cop.
someone needs to feel strong.
Right. He runs into the cop in a moment when his life is now in fucking shambles due to his own design, due to the making of his own mistakes.
Yeah.
When his wife comes home from her trip and finds out what have you been doing? Oh, you're drinking and you slept with her. Cool
Cool.
beans.
Cool,
Cool.
cool, 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 cool.
Now your father-in-law, your boss, super pissed at you, shoots you some eye daggers.
That
You
was
go
tense.
outside and you just
Yeah.
this fucking junkie and
Yep.
this son of a bitch. And then what happens? You end up at the house. You end up at
Ugh.
the house. You go inside, and we don't see you till nightfall. Son of a bitch and bitch. It was just glad it's
That,
anything
yeah.
efficient.
Yeah. And that was what, like, again, I'm like, don't go in. Don't go
Please
in,
don't.
bro. Don't
Yeah,
go. Don't go
yeah,
in.
yeah. Mm-mm,
Ugh. Ugh.
mm-mm.
It's one of those films though that I love. In this is the same with Barbarian, same with Longlegs.
Yeah,
These ones you go back and you watch it again and you start to piece out these other little elements in these little things, little Easter eggs, little things that hide in there. Um, that was funny. Just him seeing just him so furious walking out of the police station and seeing him just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you and just going and you're like, shit, shit, shit. Like, could you put your personal feelings aside for
yeah,
a moment for
yeah.
the greater good? No, no, okay.
We really need him to make it inside the station and give a statement. We really do. We need
Yeah.
more than one person to show up at this house. Because look what happened, sir. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's a
I
wild
think,
ride.
yeah. I think overall, I think it's safe to say we were both super impressed with this film.
I loved it. It's fun. I'm not a big comedy person. People always think it's wild. They're like, oh, what's your go-to? What's your comfort movie? I'm like, Jaws, Alien. I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, Lord of the Rings always, but like that's time.
right.
Um, And I normally, oftentimes, horror or comedy placed in horror, even though there wasn't a lot of comedy in this, but the cop and the junkie was a bit of like a levity moment.
Cat and
But it was
mouse.
just so well done. It was fun to watch. It was fun to try to figure out. Um, Trying to piece these things together. You've got some wild ass stories happening on one hand. You have
Yeah.
Josh Brolin just being like middle America white dude with a truck. Like it I don't know. It was just really well shot and written and
Yeah.
yeah.
When he stabbed him in the face with the needles, he was like, "Do you have AIDS?" He was like, "Huh?
Oh my
Do you have
God.
AIDS?" He was like, "Not that I know of." I'm like,
Oh,
this is too much. It's absolutely too
which
much."
I'm like, I love that that's the light moment of the film.
Not not that I know of.
Yeah. Ooh, like,
So I'm with you. Like I love comedies. I absolutely love comedies. Step Brothers is one of my favorite.
oh, that
The
is a
other
good one.
guys, Will Ferrell does his thing. I love comedies. Comedies, comedic elements in horror do not always work for me.
Mm-mm. It has to be very
Yeah, it's got to be done
specific.
well. So I watched The Monkey,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't know it was going to be a horror comedy. I didn't.
Same.
So when the comedic element started happening, I was like, oh, okay, it's a little off-putting, but I started it, so I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah.
And I also made sure like I wasn't confused about what universe this was taking place in. I Googled it to make sure I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
from the Conjuring universe. This is a
No, 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 no. Very different.
very
Very
different.
different.
Stephen King's Monkey. Okay, cool. Great. So, um, yeah, that I think I ended up giving that like a 2.5 on Letterbox, or maybe a two. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not like I like. So Evil Dead Rises. There were comedic elements there, but it wasn't enough to offset the horror. I need to
Correct.
watch
Correct.
a horror movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If there's those moments like we had in Weapons, sure. But it can't be too much for me. And I
I
know
don't.
there are people that love horror comedies, but
Right. Right. And there's some that are done well. A reference for folks that want to watch The Baby, that
uh,
series on HBO. Brilliant.
okay,
Hilarious.
okay. I'm gonna check it out. I stayed away
A
from
baby. But it does it well. But it
yeah,
I don't know the way that it's structured. It does that well. But the monkey, meh.
yeah,
As a I'm a huge Stephen King fan. Like all my books over there. But meh, it's all right.
yeah.
But yeah, I overall weapons. It was great. I of the most recent, and I keep referencing, of course, Barbarian and Long Legs. Um, it's good. Those I think are some of the best horror films since Hereditary.
Oh, again, yes.
Like
That's where you got to put it, man. That's where you got to put it with Hereditary. I'm trying to see what did I give Weapons. I think I gave it a
3.75 stars.
4.
We need to go back to Star Search
Right?
ratings,
Oh, I gave it a 4.5. I gave it a 4.5.
out of 5.
5.
Great. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy.
Really impressed. Really.
It
Okay.
was great. It's a good watch. It's I always try to rate because people always ask, they're like, "Oh, what's a horror movie that's like not super gory?" There's definitely some violence.
Sure.
There's definitely some violence, and like very startling scenes, but not over the. It's not consistent. It's not every scene. Not every
Oh,
scene is violence. There's a lot of just real life stress and anxiety of trying to figure out what the
yes.
fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Um, which I think is always, I don't know, just so well done, and the entire cast was really great. And supposedly it was supposed to have a different cast, and then they had to change it last minute.
Yeah. I did see that. I'm glad they got the cast they did though.
Yeah,
Yeah. This cast was the cast.
mainly because there was a Pedro Pascal was supposed to be in it, and I'm like,
Yep.
well, who was he?
I think he was
The
supposed to be
cop?
the other.
Really? I
Thinks
don't think he could have pulled a Josh Brolin.
no. He couldn't have.
No, not he's just not an asshole.
Yeah. And
Like, I don't know.
uh,
I was
Brian
perplexed.
Tyree was going to be the principal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that didn't work out.
Yeah. I'm glad we got everyone we got.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, with the going back to the comedy thing real quick. I'm also not into campy horrors either. Um it's yeah, I watch horrors because not necessarily because I want to be scared, but the expectation is that I'm going to be introduced to a concept that is foreign enough
Hmm.
and startling enough.
Startling.
Yeah,
It's that,
yeah, that it's going to keep me the whole time, and afterwards
right,
I'm going to be like, oh my god, that was so good.
right,
Slashers and campy horror films is like there's a formula here. I understand
right,
formulas. I understand there's a crowd for it. I understand this is what people are going here for, but it's like okay, I'm watching the same movie over and
right,
again. I'm
right,
like,
right.
yeah,
I do, it's funny because like I love a good slasher and I love campy, but they're all from the 80s or late 70s to
that's
early 80s, and they're the
right.
classics. And I'm trying to think what's a for a campy horror film, what would be a modern
Thanksgiving.
campy? Also, oh, yeah, no.
Thanksgiving.
No, forget it. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't.
And it was funny because I watched Thanksgiving, and when it was done, I was like, huh. I didn't know it was going to be a campy horror, but this was better than the normal campy horror that I would like. I end up saying to Morgan, "You got to watch this. You got to check this out." Because there's some scenes in here that are just like this is some Saw level shit. Damn,
Yeah,
pretty fucked up. That's pretty. God, that's gross. It's pretty fucked up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, this is right up my alley. This type of horror right here, right up my alley. You bring up Hereditary. That's in my top three. Like,
yeah. Well,
love.
and there you think about them, like you
Yeah,
think about them, and like they're still perplexing afterwards, and I love that. Like I love when thing. I mean, I don't always want an answer at the end of a story, um, but I love it when you're like thinking about it. You're like, I need to watch this again, like. That's it again, it's just a fun, they're fun watches.
yeah.
There's startles, there's some jump scares in there. There's some wild shit. Also, scary things happening in daylight, always terrifying.
God, always. Yeah, I'm definitely.
Always.
I could definitely watch this again.
Yeah.
Yeah, run around.
Some, well, spooky season right around the corner.
Hello, I just got booked for a wedding on Halloween. Yep.
And do I love or hate that for you?
Oh well, I love it only because I don't think I've ever been booked for a wedding on Halloween. I've never, not, I can say that confidently. I have never been booked for a wedding on Halloween. Um, and the request from the bride was either you dress semi-casual all black or a costume of your choice. Those are your only two
Hmm.
options. And I was like, we're messing with it. I like
Do they
this.
have a theme? Like, or is it just, are they giving people the option of a
They're giving people
costume?
the option of the costume. They're giving people the option of the costume.
I love this.
Yeah. Before we started, I brought up Dock and Bay 44.
Oh, yes.
And I did receive as a gift from one of my homies, I did receive a lightsaber. I have Luke's
Amazing.
lightsaber. The weight on it is amazing.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna remove the blade and just rock the hilt this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I could go Jedi for the wedding. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. It's an easy one though.
Now, can you, okay, think about this.
Mhm.
Function and theme. Can you
Yes.
like force spin? Can you like,
Do
you know,
something.
like force spin while you're DJing? Because that you gotta play it. You gotta pull it off like hands hovering
Yeah.
over a turntable,
All
foot
right.
pedal
That,
underneath. I don't know. Like a sing your sewing machine
yeah.
type of thing, right?
Yeah. Something I
Oh
can
no.
trigger on my phone, make something happen
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
car. Okay. All right. I like this. So it was
Let's
one
play.
or two. I'm like, I'm either gonna go that way or I'm gonna go Laszlo from uh what we do.
What we do in the shadows. That's just always
Just
always good. Either or.
either
A
or.
plus for both.
Yeah.
A plus for
Yeah.
both.
Yeah. Yeah.
A plus for those. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do for Halloween, but I am looking forward to counting Gladys's.
Oh yeah. There's no way there's not gonna be a Gladys showing up this weekend at Comic-Con.
Oh, I guarantee.
Yeah.
I know I
Yeah.
need to do I need to do my Comic-Con bingo. Uh, she will be found.
Yeah.
She will be
Yeah.
found.
It's gonna be a Gladys there. Gladys or two.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This was amazing.
Maze, as always.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to get this episode out super quick,
Yeah, let's do
and
it.
then we got to hop on. So up next,
Yeah, what's the next?
we're
What's
going
on
to
the
do.
roster?
So we're going to do a double header. I've already talked to Ibrahim about it. We're going to do a double header for Superman and Fantastic Four.
Fab.
So you've seen both.
I have not.
You have not.
I'm
Which ones have you seen?
girl, neither. I've been
What?
busy. I know. You let me know
Okay.
when you're doing this and I
Okay.
will watch both of
All
them.
right. Bet.
I have no time.
I believe it. I
I
believe it.
know. It's been a wild year, but I will make time.
You
Also for
are.
Ibrahim, because he's a smart. I just
Yeah.
I love picking his brain on stuff because he's so in it and a smart
Yes.
cookie.
Right there on the cusp of all of it. Okay, so that's going to be next. I do want to also cover Alien Earth, this season of Alien Earth.
Yes.
Watching that?
Yes. Oh, yes.
You all the way caught up?
No, we need to watch that tonight.
Okay. So this is the perfect night for you to watch this fifth episode
Yes.
because we've been discussing horror. And when this episode was done, I texted my brothers. I said,
Mm.
episode 5 is nightmare fuel.
Chef's
I was
kiss.
on the couch clutching my pearls. There were so many scenes, I'm getting chills now, just in episode 5 that I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Mm.
Why are you doing this to me?
I love this. I love this. Okay.
Oh,
I love it so far. So, I all the creatures in it are spectacular.
bruh.
Um, I know this may be printed on my arm soon. The little crawling eye, the eyeball octopus
Yeah.
creature. Um, I love it's camp now, but it was a legitimate horror film back in like 1958. The Crawling Eye, aka
Uh,
the Trollenberg Terror, which is the movie I think they review on the first episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's very
oh, wow.
campy. But so there are obviously there's crawling eyes, and they come down from the mountains when the fog rolls in. And growing up as a kid, as we lived in the mountains, every time the fog would come in, my dad would be like, "Roll your window up, the crawling eyes are gonna get you."
Come
So
on.
I have lived a life, my 40 on the cusp of 44 years here of crawling eyes, and I see this little guy, and I was like, "Yes, yes,
That
they're
motherfucker
back. It's great."
is that motherfucker's an issue in episode 5, bro. And
Ooh, hot dogs.
shines. They shine in episode 5.
That sheep come back to fight people, or
Uh, no sheep yet, but there's man. Yeah. So yeah, I had a
amazing.
little bit of prep for episode 5. In
Okay.
the way that I saw the trailer for it. So it's a prequel basically. You find out what happens on the ship in order for it.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
It is brilliant.
Yeah. How many episodes are in this season?
There's 9. I think I
Okay.
could be wrong. I think there's 9 though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, we are watching, so
Okay, good. So we
happy to discuss.
yes, so good. Okay, all right,
Sweet. All right, sir.
we're done, Zoe. And
Thanks, Fran.
thank everyone
Yeah,
for tuning in. We will definitely catch you on the next one.
absolutely.
Hey, you're still here. That's what's up. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate every single listen we get. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on all social media. You can listen to us on the platform of your choice. We are there. And if you're so inclined, please rate the show and write a review. We appreciate all types of feedback from any of our listeners. All right, catch you on the next one. Peace.